What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Late Fees. As always, Leo V on this side, and today I am joined by Josh from Josh Plays with Himself here on the channel.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? Super excited to have you on this episode. We had the, I guess, mispleasure of seeing Fantastic Four. And I
Fair.
say that meaning like it wasn't the worst film I've ever seen, but it definitely wasn't the best.
No, I mean, I walked into it without spoiling too much in the beginning. Obviously, I walked into it expecting to hate one thing and then hated everything else but
Well,
that one thing. So there's always that.
it had its moments that really could have done well. I feel like they touched on a couple of things that could have had a little bit more attention to it.
Yeah.
And then they spent a lot of time on other things that were like, oh, well, I guess we could have done without this.
I'm gonna compare this to like Superman a little bit because the beginning is literally the same thing. It's like a
Yeah.
flashback, but like just like panels and like texts and stuff to tell you, hey, this was like 4 years ago, and they fought all their villains, but you're not gonna see any of them.
Right? Don't show me that
So
you're gonna fight Gigantus and like not show it to me.
no, I heard they were supposed to have Red Ghost in it, but they just obviously they only showed him, the monkeys and everything, his and everything. But I don't know. I thought it was okay overall, but I don't know, man. It just didn't do it for me. I don't know that much about Fantastic Four as it is, but I know a little bit enough to get me by, but it just wasn't for me.
There were some definite moments that you could see them trying to set some stuff up with the Future Foundation because that always brings Spider-Man into the mix. So anytime they can start laying those bricks, I'm sure they're gonna find a way to build into something.
Yeah, I mean, in short, my overview of it is some things happened, some other things happened. There was some conflict. They beat it. The heroes won. The villains lost at the end. That's like a cut dry
Yeah.
superhero movie. I don't know, man.
And I was going into it thinking that it was going to end a different way because the post-credit scene from Captain America makes you think that okay, now they're in a different universe and like things went badly. And then the end of this movie gets here and you go, oh, so when do they go to a different universe?
I think visually it was a good movie. I think the CGI and everything, the characters look cool. Like everybody played their part well. It's just I feel like it's the script. Maybe it's the writers. I don't really know who wrote the script for this one, but I feel like it missed. It tried to hit the point, but it missed.
It's one of those things where when you have a cute baby involved, I guess they hope that the cute baby is going to hold people's attention the entire time.
That was the whole movie, dude. It really was.
Entire movie was all Franklin. Hey, it's
Uh,
Franklin.
so they did a good job of like establishing this is Earth 828, not the regular Earth that we're all used to seeing, and this is from the 1960s, but it's still like a futuristic, era of time.
Yeah,
So
it's nice to see they've discovered flying cars already, and
yeah. Hmm.
even with some usual brands like Seven Up and Coppertone, they were still able to find some new futuristic ways of being around.
My biggest thing was having, man, I can't remember her name, the female Silver Surfer, having everyone's used to the male Silver Surfer. She's only in it for like 6 issues in the comic run. I thought I was gonna hate her. I actually didn't, and I found that she was probably the one of the better parts of the movie, if not the best part of the movie, honestly.
Yeah, her name, if I remember correctly, Shalabal.
Yes, Shuttleball. Yes, that's what it was. Shuttleball. Sounds like a sounds like a curse.
Sounds like something Jim Carrey would say in a gibberish. Shabalala. Yeah, I definitely walked out enjoying the Silver Surfer more than I expected to. And
Yeah.
for her having such a secondary role in this movie. She was not necessarily the big bad.
I don't know. To me, Galactus wasn't really that much of a villain. Really, they showed him a couple times, which is good. I don't think they should show the big bad villain too much. But like every superhero movie, and as of late too, has like a the Earth is in danger. We have to save it. If you do that too much, like it's just it gets it's to be too much. You need to make it like okay, like New York is in peril. We need to save New York type of like shit, not the entire world.
Right. If the stakes are too big, it takes away from the overall story that you're trying to tell.
Yes, and 9 times out of 10, the the hero's gonna win, the villain's gonna lose. Obviously, you have Infinity War, which is my favorite Marvel movie. Where the villain actually wins, but it sets up for something bigger.
Yeah.
So
And that's kind of what I was expecting with, like I said, the post credit for Captain America, showing them coming through and into our universe. And I was like, okay, so clearly something happens to their universe, Galactus. They
yep,
escape into the multiverse. But if this is supposed to be the multiverse saga, that would have been like the perfect snowball into that. But then you leave it where, oh no, Galactus is the one cruising potentially the multiverse.
yeah.
And we don't know where he's going to end up next.
Which I mean, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in my. I guess in my opinion, it's not really necessarily a bad thing. But I mean, they don't do anything after that. Silver Surfer does the final blow and pushes him through the portal. You don't know where he's going to go, but obviously, later on that it sets up for another movie. So
Right.
I think overall, like they did too many jokes in the movie. Like there was too many comedy aspects of it. Anytime again, just like Superman, anytime it started to get serious, there's a joke cracked, and it just like turned me away. I'm just like, what
Right.
the hell, man?
There was a lot of parts that ended up being very montagey. Like, okay, like I understand you have to tell us things quickly, but how many montages can you really do?
I liked Galactus's the way he looks. I think it was really cool the way he looks.
His
Like I
ship
said,
was done really well.
the ship was done very well, yes, and I'm glad you only saw it a handful of times. But Galactus, yes. Um, they didn't show him too much, but I think maybe like just once or twice. Like you show him just once on the ship and everything, and then just him blowing through uh, the city and everything, which I think they might have shown him like 3, 4 times. But
Yeah, towards the end, I feel like they showed him more than I was expecting them to. But I guess
yeah,
you have all that CGI, you might as well use it.
show it off.
So
Yeah.
at least it wasn't a overly done CG. Their powers against him looked really cool.
To me, Galactus, like I said before, wasn't really like the big bad. Silver Surfer was doing more, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because Galactus being the huge celestial,
Right.
planet eater, you don't want to see too much of him and have him doing too much. Then that takes away from his whole thing.
You won't be able to eat a baby if he does.
Dude, the whole baby thing. That was the whole plot, and I didn't really like that. It all focused around. It was a more family oriented thing, which is fine, but like I don't want to see my superheroes living an everyday life in their freaking their big hotel, whatever the hell you want to call it. I wanted to see the beginning of where they fought all their enemies. It's called First Step. So why is it 4 years after they got their powers and not like the first year or two?
Because it's not about their first steps. It's about the baby's first.
The-
It's
oh, get the fuck out of
it's
here!
about the kid's first steps. So it's his first step into the next series of the Marvel phases. It's his.
We didn't even see his
Sure,
first steps.
he stepped into space when he was born.
Oh, stop it! You didn't even see him step. And at the end, man, I knew the baby was gonna save her. Like, okay, fine, it's a super powerful baby.
when you have an omega level mutant that has powers that are basically unquantifiable, it makes it very easy for that to be your MacGuffin out of anything. Oh no, we killed somebody. How are we gonna fix this? Well, this character's a omega level mutant. They can just cry and reach out for their mommy,
and
and
reach out and it fixes everything. I don't know, like what you said before, the baby. Uh, you know, the New York City is in. I'm pretty sure it's New York City. New York City is in a panic. Oh my God, Galactus is gonna, or like they don't know what his name is yet. I think like
right.
something's coming and we're all gonna die. We hate the superheroes for making a decision, but then Sue comes out and does some bullshit speech, and now everyone's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're all family.
I never knew my father,
And
and now this baby has a father, and you should make sure that it lives.
I don't know, man. I really I'm trying to talk about it more, but like the movie is so forgettable and like nothing like what did I say? I literally said as soon as the movie over, I was like, that was a pile of garbage. This movie was so boring
Boring, yeah.
because a lot happened, but nothing happened at the same time.
The characters themselves were not bad. There
No, I
was
like them.
not any like bad acting or necessarily bad writing where I was going, okay, I needed a little bit more. Sue was kind of pushed into being the head of everything just because she was making a baby. So
Hmm.
it gave it gave Mr. Fantastic at least some room to be the doomsday thinker that he is, to be like, okay, this is the worst case scenario that's coming for us. How do I solve against this?
Yeah.
So that worked out. I enjoyed that aspect of him. um Johnny was perfectly douchebaggable and
Yeah.
like ladies man
Yep.
superhero, so
Yep.
can't complain about that. I liked Ben with the rock beard. That was a nice little touch.
I don't know how I felt about
um
that one, but
so yeah, like I would have maybe liked a little bit more from him, some flashbacks to like human him, or even
yeah.
at this point if they had found the like 24-hour cure that Ben has, like put this towards the tail end of his 24-hour and give us some human Ben Grimm and then give us the thing.
I mean, I didn't mind the characters. To me, Pedro Pascal has they're just like shoving him down our throats. Not saying Marvel. He's been in a lot so far, and it's just I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm not saying that at all. It's just he's in a bunch of like newer things, and it's just like, all right, I've already seen him in 4 or 5 different roles already. I'm sick of seeing him and everything.
You know, uh, they do that probably because there's a lot of people that wish he was down their throat. But
It's fair.
that's what happens when you have popular celebrities nowadays. They get their run through everything.
Yeah.
So he happened to come at the time where, oh hey, like a new Marvel movie was coming out, and we need to hire a whole bunch of new people. Who's at the top of the casting list these days?
For Galactus, his his whole thing was okay. I'm coming to eat your planet and everything. But when he got there, he stomped around New York for a couple minutes, and then he got pushed into a portal.
Right. If
Like
he had
what?
not stopped to fight and just devoured the planet like he did every other one.
Like what the hell was the whole? I get it. He wanted the baby because the baby was the heir to his his throne. He wanted to give him the throne and everything. But when you have somebody like Galactus, he has to be done right and in moderation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They you can't have your big bad that can literally just destroy everything, and then hey, I want the baby. Oh no, I'm in a portal type
Right.
of
Like you
thing.
made your bad guy so powerful that it took somebody else pushing them into a portal because he was so strong. Like, okay, so the Fantastic Four just wasn't strong enough to push him, but their plan was still close to working. But luckily, they turned Shellaball into a good guy,
right
and
at
they're
the
like,
end. I, I'm whoever watches this, I'm probably gonna get and I don't know how you feel about this one. The whole yeah, girl power type of. I'm the mother. Stay away from my baby. I'm and then all of a sudden she becomes super fucking powerful, which she is powerful. I'm not saying
right,
that she wasn't portrayed as powerful, but I think they all should have like band together. She's pushing him back, and like she's just about to like break, and then I don't know, like Mr. Fantastic comes and throws his arm to push him back. The thing fucking it's clobberin time. Start doing some shit, and Johnny Storm comes out and just blasts him with like they all should work together because I don't know it was just stupid the way it was set up.
right now, you saying that, all I'm picturing is so Mr. Fantastic wrapped up around his legs like an
Yep.
AT-AT, uh Invisible Woman putting like an invisible chair, like a something
Yeah.
behind him, Johnny like heating him up from the face and like distracting him, and then the thing like punching him backwards. He trips backwards over the little force field and then topples into the portal.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a better teamwork than like, you shall not have my baby.
I get it. Yeah. You know, mothers get super strength sometimes when it comes to protecting a baby. I completely
Don't lift the
understand that.
car when it needs it. So like
I
I
understand that part. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I just think that they missed an opportunity to have them all together and actually fight the big bad all together and force him back. Like, okay, hey, we did it. We finally did it. Like, we actually get to see them as a team defeat an enemy. Not hey, here's slideshow
right,
bullshit.
where it wouldn't have had to come down to Johnny feeling like he has to make the sacrifice play, and you're like, I'll be the one to like push him in if it means it saves everybody else. Like, no, just work together, and I'm sure you can figure this out.
I mean, they portrayed Mr. Fantastic as obviously the smartest person in the world, but then when it comes to like certain things, he's so smart he doesn't actually understand certain things, so he becomes like, oh, I don't know everything actually. Which
He can think of the scientific way around a problem, but the
the
logical
logical
way
thing
just
he can't.
completely.
He can't. I don't know. I don't hate the movie, but it's not. Maybe I'm probably gonna watch it again. Probably I'll watch it again at home just to maybe pay attention to it more because when you go into a movie the first time, obviously either you have high expectations or like low expectations, and then you never really hit that bar, whether it's good or bad. So like I
Right.
said, I went into it expecting to just hate Ball as Silver Surfer, but that, in my opinion, was one of the better things that was in the movie than the rest of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how they portrayed her like surfing through the speed of light, how they like had her maneuvering around the
Yeah,
planet
that
too,
was cool.
like how like the dust of the planet was like under the surfboard. They did some really cool things with her, and a shame she had to just be the sacrificial lamb at the end. Like, I would have enjoyed seeing her. Okay, like, I'm gonna go back to my planet now and like see what happened and try to do better, or like something.
Wherever, obviously, they're going to explain probably in like the next movie or two. Whatever this is, I'm not trying to say too much. Whatever. It's a spoiler fucking review anyway. At the end, you see Doctor Doom in the end credit scene, and obviously, like they said, you'll see more of Fantastic Four in Avengers Doomsday, which that sets up for that movie. So wherever they end up, I guess is going to be in that universe. I guess wherever
Right.
they end up. So, but then they don't show where Silver Surfer and Galactus show up, like where they ended up, because I'm assuming when she pushed him in, she went in there with him. So now they're somewhere.
Together
There's
again.
yeah, they're somewhere.
To be honest, I enjoyed having a Marvel movie that did not give us the usual Marvel intro where they like flip through the comic book pages into the Marvel logo. They just had the regular Marvel logo in a Fantastic Four kind of style.
Yeah,
So it was they're trying some new things. I think they realize that the way they've been doing things is leading to a bit of superhero fatigue where people are feeling like they have to watch everything to know what's going on in the next movie. So it makes you feel like you have to do a lot of homework. And I think there was an interview recently with Kevin Feige where he's like, I understand like where you're coming from with that, and the next phase, like we plan on not doing that as much.
I agree with what you said. I not even now. I believe that people are in a superhero fatigue for a couple years now because there hasn't been a good on both DC and Marvel. There hasn't been a good uh, superhero movie or series. And speaking of series, to me, this could have been like a 2 to 4 part Disney Plus series, and you could have
Yeah,
told the exact same story. And maybe it would have been
100%.
better if it wasn't a box office, a big theater experience, and it was just, hey, here's Fantastic Four. It's a 4 part miniseries or something. Maybe that's just me, but
You know, it just feels like we need something to break up the monotony of DC, Marvel. Like there's not something like when Kick-Ass first came out, like that was a gorier, uh grittier superhero story that was just a completely different retelling of superheroes.
yes.
There's so much in this one universe or trying to build this universe where it becomes too deep almost. Don't get me wrong, I love the interlocking stories and making it, one larger picture
Yeah.
of things, but at one point you kind of have to stop and say, okay, how far out have we zoomed where we've lost the big picture entirely?
No, you're not wrong. And like you said before, like the superhero fatigue, like I don't know if it's like actually being fatigued over superheroes as a whole, or it's just the poor sloppy writing that it's been lately. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not. I'm not being surprised at the movies and like, oh shit, like one, everything's getting spoiled, whether it's in a trailer or fucking something like that, or people talking about it all the time, and like all these
Yep.
pre-screenings, and everyone just does it over the internet. But
Or Marvel ruins the ending of Thunderbolts 3 days after the movie opens.
I don't know. Like this movie, and this is setting. It's not a very high bar to begin with for superhero movies or Marvel. It's like a decent movie that I would say is maybe like a little better than they've done in a past couple of years. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the top. So
It definitely ranks higher than some of the TV shows. Um, I heard Ironheart was not bad. I haven't had the mental energy to sit through it
I don't
yet,
even care, dude. I don't
but
care about that stuff. I
yeah,
really don't.
it's getting to a point where, again, like I want to know what's going on, but at the same time, do I really need to? Do I really care? Like, it's just another. I don't necessarily need another Iron Man something to fill the Robert Downey hole that everybody else needs
No,
filled.
when you're gonna have Robert Downey Jr. as fucking Doctor Doom, as one of the variants of Doctor Doom, obviously. But you don't
Right.
need Robert Downey Jr. as fucking Doctor Doom, as Victor Von Doom in a different universe. Like everyone's just gonna be like, "Oh, wait, is that Tony Stark? No, that's Victor Von Doom. Oh, you look just like this guy, Tony Stark. I knew."
If you're only casting somebody in a movie to get people back into the movies, then you've missed the plot of a
It's
movie.
kind of what they're doing. It's I guess it's a fan service more, but I don't know.
Yeah, like if you can't find a good enough story to tell that makes sense with this character, and you're just like, well, oh look, a multiverse. We can bring back this person as whoever we want now.
And yeah, just like you said, the like we just talked about it the other day. Like after we saw the movie, I literally went out and was like, they have like 70 plus years, 80 years of material right in front of you on paper. All you have to do is take that, put it on screen, tweak it a little bit so it makes more sense being a visual, and there you go.
Yep.
People are going to see it whether they read the comic 1,000 times or not, because people like
Right.
visuals. Like me, I don't like to read as much. I like to see a movie because I'm a person that likes to visualize, to see what's going on. It does it more something more for me. You know what I mean?
That's why comic books are more my style, because if there's not pictures, then I like, not that I can't imagine what's going on, but I like to see it. I like to then take that visual and then let my brain
Come up with
animate
some
it
stuff.
and make
Yeah.
it, like, do its thing. So yeah, I feel you on that.
I don't know. Again, I think it's this movie could have been a little better. I think it's the writing. The writers didn't really think about things before they just kind of like put it on paper. And the fact that fans like me and you will still go see the movie, they're like, "Oh yeah, this movie is going to be a hit whether it flops or not. People are still seeing it, so they're going to keep putting out subpar garbage." And we're all going to be stupid fucking Marvel marks and in hopes of there finally being a movie, and in my opinion, just as good as Infinity War, which there won't be. It's the best Marvel movie they've ever put out, but
We see movies so you guys can save your money and don't have to.
I'm not saying don't see the movie, but don't go in expecting like the Fantastic Four, like to be a team and fight all these bad guys, because that's not what happens. You don't get to see any of that.
The suits aren't terrible. I like the new suits. Even their like space suits are really diesel. Like they look futuristic. They look like Reed Richards made them. I would have liked to see some sort of like Council of Reeds somewhere in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
with when you opened up portals, be like somewhere in the back distance, like a Reed Richards is watching this happen and kind of being like, "Oh, he finally did it," give us a little something for something down the line.
I just think that, and it's just in the beginning. I think they shouldn't have started the movie that way. And my
Yeah,
same problem is with this movie as I have with Superman. They started it out with whether it's text for Superman, and then this one they started out with a couple panels and a couple flashback slideshow. It's called First Steps. It's for the baby. I don't give a fuck. That's stupid. If that's really what it is, it's the
and,
Fantastic
and that's
Four.
totally what it is.
You might be right, because now that you're putting it in my head, that actually kind of makes sense a little bit. But if it is, that's fucking stupid. It's called Fantastic Four First Steps. Let me see the first year or two. Started off the movie with them in space and like them getting their powers, and then maybe fast forward 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years, and then showing them as a team, learning how to work as a
Right.
team with superpowers for the first time, and fighting an enemy. Not this is they fought six fucking villains, but we're not going to really show you any of them. But they did. You got to believe us. By the way, 4 years later, this is what they're doing. I don't give a shit about that.
It again has potential to be a good movie. It's not the worst of the Marvel movies that have come out
No.
lately. I would still rank it a little bit better than Eternals.
Whew, that's a. I mean, yes, I would rank it higher, but Eternals is not a high bar to set at all.
There hasn't really been anything where I was like, damn, like that one was a great fucking
No,
movie. Like
no.
Doctor Strange 2 had some okay moments to it, but even that was kind of earlier on in the phase, but still following some of the we're gonna tell you instead of showing you.
To be fair, I can remember like all the way from Iron Man, fucking the original, and was that '08, and then up to Endgame. I can remember like all those movies. If you sit me down and start talking to me about it, I can pretty much probably start naming you things that happened in the movie and what's my favorite parts. The last couple years, I can't remember what the fuck I saw. I don't remember what the other movies I saw other than Superman. What the hell did I see before that? Superman, superhero wise. I don't know.
Right. You saw a piece in a larger puzzle, but it wasn't memorable enough to stand alone like Iron Man 2 was, or even like Thor 2, as bad as that one was in the grand scheme of things, was not as bad as anything that we're getting
What was it?
nowadays.
Thor 1 and Thor Ragnarok, and then Love and Thunder. Or
Uh,
was it
it was Thor 1, then Dark
Dark World? Dark
World,
World.
then
That's what it was. That's what it
Ragnarok.
was. I was gonna say Ragnarok wasn't that bad, but
No, Ragnarok was great. I loved that one.
I mean, I will say a few good things. Now we've fucking bashed it. I liked how they showed the cartoon on the TVs and stuff like that. That was a cool callback. You know what I mean? So that I did
Yeah,
like.
and even if they wasted an entire ending credit scene doing the little theme song with the cartoon
That
theme
was
song.
funny. I enjoyed that being, an older comic book guy. I do like the little callback to the cartoons and stuff.
That era was really great as far as superhero storytelling for the 60s. It was ahead of its time as far as getting comic book stories on TV. And it definitely set the stage for a lot of the fantastic animation we've had in the years that have,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
come after
I
that.
mean, the movie looked good. I mean, I won't say it. I
Yeah,
can't really remember. I'm gonna watch it again. Like I said, just like give it another watch to see if I can nitpick any bullshit. But from first glance, I can't remember it anything being like, oh, that's really bad CGI, or that's that doesn't make sense.
the Fantastic Four as a franchise has never really been a bad franchise, except for the last time that they tried it, the darker Michael B. Jordan version.
The Dark Human Torch.
They, it was just not the Fantastic Four
No,
at all. But even the first two movies back in the day were very pioneering still, because there wasn't a whole lot of superhero movies, and especially to have four different superpowers that you had to animate that way,
yeah, yeah.
it was done well. Silver Surfer never looked that terrible.
I think she
Um,
looked good.
well, no, even
Oh,
like
back in
back
the
in the
day, yeah,
day, the
yeah, right,
original
yeah,
one, like it still looked really good for their back then's
yeah.
technology. So adding this one to the comparison of Fantastic Four movies, it it doesn't, in my opinion, like better or worse in the franchise. It is still very like middle ground, like great movie, enjoyed it, but also it wasn't like, oh my god, I need to go and see it again.
I think you really hit it spot on. Like it's not hurting the franchise, and it's not going to make it better. It's just like the franchise is still where it was. Like it's not going to hurt anything if as a hardcore superhero, hardcore Marvel fan, obviously go see it. Get form your own opinion about it. Obviously, but for like a regular fan or not so much superhero fan, wait for it to go on Disney Plus. It's I don't know. It's like a 5 in my opinion. Just like I would give Superman. I think I would give Superman maybe a 6. Now that I give this a 5.
And I mean this as nicely as I can. They are including the Fantastic Four because they need another team that isn't like just the Avengers to keep rolling into movies. So they're going, okay, where else can we pepper things in? Deadpool did great, so okay, let's try this. So it definitely feels more of a, all right, this is more of the tie-in to get to Doomsday than it is standalone. Not that it's bad as a standalone, but again, it does more act as a, this will get you into this, instead of this movie is its own kind of thing.
I mean, to continue what you just said, like they need a team for Doomsday because the Avengers are gone. You're not wrong because to me, I don't give a fuck about the new Avengers or young Avengers, whatever the hell you want to call them, Ironheart and She Hulk, and
Thunderbolts.
I don't give a shit about any of them. The only cool one, well, Bucky's the only original original Avenger that is in any of these movies,
Right.
and I just he's not going to be able to carry through all these stupid fucking the young Avengers stuff.
Not the
I
way
don't
they're
get it.
writing him. Like,
No.
why need politician now? Apparently,
Why is he a fucking politician? Maybe he was a politician in the comics for a short run, but I don't fucking know. But
a
why?
two run arc in the comic makes it all of a
A
sudden.
2 issue fucking run of him as a politician. He's like, you know what? I want to kill people again.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see where all of this ties into the grand scheme of the Marvel Universe. Let us know down in the comments if you saw the movie, what'd you think, and where you think this movie kind of brings the franchise as a whole.
You got Avengers Infinity War all the way up at the top, and then you have Fantastic Four all not at the bottom, but like towards the bottom, I'd say. I'm sorry, but it was okay. It was okay.
Well, guys, for all of us here at Nerd Daddy Productions, if you've enjoyed yourself here at No Late Fees, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. As always, I'm Leo V.
I'm Josh from Josh Plays It Himself.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
All right, I'm going to go play with myself now. Later.
Later.